Hi guys, my name is Elika. I'm a health coach and the owner of Kitchen by Food Rebel, the leading organic health cafe in Singapore. So I'm so excited to talk to you today as part of the Change School series. And the reason why is I just feel that change is one of those areas that it's a challenge, but I've had massive change and I'm now just getting used to the fact that change is always going to happen. It's a reoccurring thing. And the Change School really helps you to come up with tips about how you can feel comfortable with those change. So I think the biggest change happened for me after 11 years in the same field. So I spent 11 years in a corporate job, which was HR consultancy, and I was providing services, mainly staffing and other services related to it, to multinational corporations across the world. So I came to a situation where my own health had seriously started to deteriorate, and I had to make some lifestyle changes drastically in order to get my health back on track. So making those lifestyle changes, I had to make them small steps at a time, but I got to a stage where I was able to look back and see that I'd made significant changes, but also that the changes that I had made, I was able to share those and also help to drastically improve the health of others. So I took a complete career change a few years ago from my corporate job into starting my own private health coaching business, Elika Fit. And through that and listening to others and individuals that I was working with, I came to realise that something else was missing, which was the opportunity to provide people with healthy meals that were exciting and also really the foods that I was telling them to eat. And that's when I started Kitchen by Food Rebel. So it was a real change for me going from 11 years in a very professional corporate office environment to now kind of finding this health and wellness scene, also taking on the food and beverage industry, and really moving into a completely different type of field and work that I was used to. So this has taken a massive change. And all along this journey that I've been going on, I've realised that I'm always changing. I'm always going to change. And this is going to be something that I have to get used to. But one of the biggest challenges that I found with that change was when it became obvious that I was no longer feeling fulfilled with what I was doing. I no longer wanted to reach to the top of my field in the way that I had, really visualised, and everything that I'd been doing in terms of my career was really to build myself towards that senior position, the top of that field. When I started to realise that that was no longer what I wanted, I really had to ask myself some difficult questions, and I really had to overcome some fears. And, they were things like, but how am I going to make money? How am I going to maintain the lifestyle that I've come accustomed to? What if I am not successful? What would I do if I do this and I realise I don't want to do this anymore? So there were lots of difficult questions. And then, an obvious one was, what will other people think about me? So in overcoming these questions and going on that journey, one of the things that really helped me was really being able to identify the difference between fear and really my gut instinct. So what I found for me was it was an extremely different energy that I felt. So when I realised that it was fear that was stopping me from making the change, then I realised that it just felt like it was really something that was kind of pushing me away. So I was always able to ask lots of questions and have 1,000,001 reasons not to. So let's say, okay, what if I don't make any money? So I could easily ask a question like that and then have 1,000,001 answers to it. What will people think about? So another question that I could ask, but then I'd have lots of reasons. And it was just always this kind of reason not to, like a push energy away from doing what I wanted to do. Whereas the opposite came when I just kind of listened to my gut instinct and I couldn't explain. So what I've realised with that energy was that I didn't have any answers. I didn't have any justified reasons. I just felt drawn to it. So I just felt like I just really want to do this. I just really feel like this is the right thing to do. So it was a real gut instinct. It was a real pull towards something. And when I found that this was something that served me well, then I used that I used that differentiation in every decision that I made. So whether it came to, which retail space to choose, I felt drawn to a certain space, and I'm kind of looking at it and going, oh, it needs a lot of work, or, is it going to cost a lot? You see, a lot of these fear-based questions came up. But when I asked myself, do I want this space? The gut instinct was like, I don't know, I just really like this space, and I just felt drawn towards it. So as I became to practice this difference between, okay, what is fear that's actually just stopping me from making the change versus what do I actually just really want to do, that has really helped me to be able to make that change. And what that's allowed me to do is it's allowed me to open Kitchen by Food Rebel, where we're able to show people that healthy eating can be exciting. We're able to show people that they don't just have to eat salad every day, because really, how motivating is that in order to live a healthy, sustainable lifestyle? So we're able to show people that actually they can have the foods that maybe their grandparents used to cook for them, that their ancestors used to eat, that really will fuel their body and get their body feeling in its optimal state, to give them the energy, focus and clarity that they need in order to get through the day and to live the type of life that they want to live. So we're able now to do that through Kitchen by Food Rebel, and I'm able to have a space that provides massive awareness to people about what they're putting in their bodies and the impact of that. We're able to do lots of education through our cooking classes and our workshops, and we're able to put amazing dishes in front of people. And in creating that space, I've been able to speak and work quite closely with other suppliers locally and wider field that have also want to be part of that kind of mission to improve the lives and the health of other people. So when we talk together about, how can I improve my customers' health, it's great because we all come together and we're all looking at, how can we pull together with our strengths to be able to get people to have more awareness about how to create a healthy and sustainable life. And that's really important to me because a lot of the information that I know now, I really didn't know before. And I felt that it was a really difficult journey, and that was really demotivating. And I thought that, healthy, being able to sustain a healthy lifestyle was going to be about dieting constantly and, not feeling great in my body became normal. And I really just didn't realise that I could feel the way that I do now in my own body. So being able to provide that education and give people that knowledge is amazing. And it's an amazing experience as I watch and I work with clients, companies, employees, and groups of people and watch them transform their lifestyle through the information that we're sharing with them. And I believe that's really important to start somewhere because, we started that in the cafe. I started that with my one-on-one clients. I started with that with the companies that I do wellness programs. But them in return get to share that information with their employees, their friends and their family. And through that, we're able to create a ripple effect that goes much wider afield than where I'm based in Singapore or in Asia where, some of my clients are traveling, or wider afield into countries where they're from. And that ripple effect is brilliant because that's where we really are able to start off really small, but make a massive difference in the world. So all of this change that I've experienced has really been really fulfilling. And it's really shown me that sometimes it's not really about doing what you think you should do, but it's about doing what you feel that you really want to do. And so I hope that my journey and the experiences and the work that I'm doing, you can actually contribute at some point in any way that you can. But I think the best way to connect with me is definitely by going over to elikafit.com. You can sign up for my newsletter there, or you can go to the Contact Me page to really share and maybe, connect with me about how we can be part of the same journey to create that ripple effect of improving the health of others. So I hope you can be part of the journey too. Thanks.